Hello everyone. Today my guest is Danelle Boyles. She is my special chief guest. This is my first international podcast with English language. So I am very excited and thank you so much, Daniel. You give me a precious timing. So most welcome to my show. And first of all, tell me how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful today. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you. So, I
Thank
am
you
your
a
first
lot.
I'm your first international podcast guest.
Yes, you are first international podcaster
I
with
did not
my
know that. Thank you. It's wow, that's a privilege.
yes, I am very excited today. And when you introduce yourself, tell my viewers first of all.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Danelle Boyles. I'm in the United States. I um, I'm a person of many professions. Hobbies and talents. I am an educator, a writer, a mom. First and foremost, I'm a mom of two boys. I'm an artist, and I'm a global humanitarian speaker and worker. And I don't know. I'm a doer of many things.
So beautiful. And when you, what inspired you to become an educator?
Oh, well, I get inspired every day to continue being an educator in many different ways in different professions. But my original inspiration to become an educator was way back 25 years ago from my oldest son, who has some differently abled needs. And so I volunteered a lot at his schools, in his classes, and in the general education community. And one day somebody said, "Hey, Danelle, instead of doing all of this voluntarily, why don't you get paid for it?" And I got hired on by the school corporation and started my journey of working in education for 20 years.
1 years, very fantastic.
Yeah.
And Daniel, how did you involve with the local school corporation?
Through getting involved by volunteering with my son's schools through his education. Yeah.
How did you get involved?
With the local school corporation. Yeah. That's how I got
Yes.
involved, was by volunteering. Yeah. And then I
Okay.
became a permanent
Okay.
fixture.
What does case special education workforce trainer do?
The CASE program that I work with is a community and school education where it's a program that is dedicated to integrating special needs students into modern day workforce society. And it involves all different kinds of things. You do data tracking, job placement, actual training of like the on job site, um, facilitating and learning how to do different job skills, and also with social training, like teaching how to do um, independent interaction with people out in society.
Nice. Daniel, how do you use art to help people heal?
Art can be used to help people heal in all kinds of ways, either viewing art and experiencing emotion connected to it, or actually facilitating and teaching someone how to tap into their own personal emotions and putting it into art in order to work through different lifelong emotional issues that someone has dealt with.
Okay. What is quantum consciousness coaching?
Quantum consciousness coaching is where you take a client step by step consciously into a frame of mind of a future or past version of themselves. consciousness coaching is guiding and leading and explaining different things and processes that someone is going through. It's really a very wide variety of different needs depending on the person, but basically you're teaching upon how the consciousness works and how it is involved in the quantum, like in the time space, actively
Very,
working. So it can be a very deep topic, but you're basically working with different layers of a person's being in order to achieve different outcomes.
okay. Daniel, how do you integrate art into healing?
I personally integrate art into healing by um, I do quantum energy work, which is where you use your conscious focus to pull energy into either yourself or into a focused object or thing or person. And whenever I do most of my art, there is very much energetic intention that goes into the artwork. So then when people view the artwork, they receive a healing energy from it.
Okay. What type of art do you create?
I do all kinds of art, but mostly abstract. I've done a little bit of realism. I have done some like, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. There's a couple I always forget the names of them, but mostly abstract is what I do. It's just a very bright and broad spectrum of color use and textures, and many layers are usually involved in abstract art.
Okay. Uh, what is the mission of United Humanitarian Organization?
Um, our mission with the United Humanitarians Organization is pretty simple. It involves three different goals, and they are providing awareness and basic human rights, um,
Okay.
and the objective of peace. Educating people about sustainable development goals, and then promoting like self-discovery and the peace process, as far as like learning how to self-regulate and acquire a personal goal of being able to project a positive vibe in the community. But overall, over its purpose is to create awareness, education, and growth.
Okay. Very good. How did you become the United States Director of United Humanitarian Organization?
I was actually hand selected. It's an organization that you can only become a cabinet member by being directly involved with one of the actual directors, and I was just recognized as somebody that did a lot of global humanitarian work, and my efforts were very appreciated and respected. And the director of United Humanitarians Organization wanted to put me on the board, and so that's how that happened.
Okay, very good. What work do you do with Glory Future Foundation?
Glory Future Foundation is based in Bangladesh, and there's a lot of children who are directly hit with poverty, lack of education, basic necessities. And so whenever I first got involved with Glory Future Foundation, it was through a couple of different other nonprofit poetic events. And so I came in contact with other educators, and they wanted to bring me on board to just kind of be an advisor with the foundation, somebody that helps with advice, gives ideas on how to help support the community. And eventually I started integrating being a teacher with the program. And so I teach every Saturday, a global classroom that anyone can join, any students can join that are associated with um, elementary, middle school, and high school education. And it's a spoken word class. And so I teach that every Saturday, and I'm an ambassador. And so I help raise awareness and I help raise funds to support the Glory Future Foundation.
Okay. Daniel, what does it mean to be a peace brand ambassador with Caliphate book sales?
With the different Peace Brand ambassador expectations, you participate in doing different conferences for awareness raising. You become a brand ambassador, so you basically are speaking on behalf of the company in a positive manner and just helping to spread awareness of different humanitarian needs.
Okay. Daniel, can you tell us more about Kudos International?
Sure. Kudos International is a global international organization that helps raise awareness for not just, you'll hear me say the word humanitarian because all of the associated organizations I work with are humanitarian organizations. But Kudos International is one that right now their main goal focus is on homelessness. There's actually a conference coming up here in the next week that's in Las Vegas that I will be doing a bit of speaking at. And they have a talk show that is it's the Kudos Latte talk show, and ran by a very, very sweet, beautiful gal that she's so smart, Supriya, and she interviews different people on different topics, kind of like we are here, but it's a little more in depth, like on very specific things that they do to directly engage with the community to help resolve very specific problems or either educate on very specific things. So,
Okay, Daniel, what is your future goals?
my future goals, oh gosh, I have a lot of future goals. I have many books that are in the process of being written and published. I want to open a holistic care center, kind of an academy of sorts. Just to keep doing what I'm doing and being invited to more broader spectrum audiences to help with humanitarian awareness and the necessity of conscious growth and interpersonal growth. Raising two bright boys to become successful and just to keep on being successful, keep hitting goals. It's it's never ending.
Best of luck from my side. Daniel, what is
Yeah.
the What I Club Global?
World I Club Global. They are basically an association and a platform for higher learning and for helping facilitate different programs that people can utilize. It's free of charge. They conduct what's called master training courses, and there are many versions of kind of like an educational summit. So, like I did one last year on a master training course on conscious growth and interpersonal self-regulation, and so they are basically a foundation that supports all different kinds of things, but it's basically just for growth and learning and humanitarian efforts. community support.
Learning stream.
I'm sorry, I think you cut out for a moment.
It's
How did I
okay.
get involved with the Learning Street?
Yeah.
I just recently got involved with Nigel, who is creating the Learning Street, and they are based in Austria. And Austria is a new territory for me. I haven't worked with anybody there. I've been involved with Africa a few times, but this is completely new. And I met Nigel through a fellow writer through a poetry summit for some wonderful poets and performers that were from a refugee camp in Africa. And so that's how I met them and got involved with them. And we're in the beginnings of collaborating and just doing some interviews and things also.
Okay, Daniel. What service does Emotional in Art Healing Studio offer?
In my personal profession, I offer a wide variety of things through emotions and art. I offer art lessons and emotions into art therapy sessions. I'm a certified sound healing practitioner. I utilize all different kinds of practices, mostly sound healing and vocal coaching, as far as like um, when it comes to consciousness coaching, it requires a lot of vocal control because you use different types of like almost like hypnotherapy um, practices, which is something that I'm in the process of getting certified in. I'm taking an NLP practitioner course and a hypnotherapy practitioner course right now. But consciousness coaching, sound healing, um, life coaching, and quantum life path coaching, and it's it's all holistic mind and body care.
Okay, Daniel. How do you balance your various role and responsibilities?
Usually very carefully. I'm on a typical day, I'm pretty busy. I'm in my summer break right now, so I have a little bit more time on my hands. I utilize a calendar for absolutely everything. Everything that I have scheduled goes in my books. It doesn't matter how small it is, even if if I have an errand to run, or if I'm meeting a friend for coffee, or if like I'm doing an interview, it all goes in my calendar. Um, I often say that, and I don't just say, but I function in what is considered like divine timing, that everything just falls into place the way that it's supposed to. I just I just hold faith that everything is always going to go as it's planned. And if it doesn't, it wasn't meant to.
Daniel, can you tell me about yourself, true weakness, about your true weakness?
Oh, I'm sorry, a weakness of mine?
Yes.
Oh, probably my biggest weakness, and I feel like a lot of people are challenged with this, is self-doubt.
Okay.
Yeah. Even as much as I'm accomplished in and that I've done, I still have days that I struggle with my own motivation and, keeping faith that what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing and that I am very capable of doing what I'm doing. Mhm.
Okay, Daniel, very good. What is your favorite part about being a mom?
Mm. Watching my kids succeed. Yeah, watching my children succeed when they have something that they are struggling with and they finally overcome it, or they learn how to do it, or they find their own self self-support, in order to be able to progressively like do something they didn't think they could do. Yeah, watching them succeed and grow, be individuals.
Okay. Daniel, how do you two boys inspire you?
Oh, every day. Every day. We've been through a lot of very challenging things together. And so they inspire me every day to keep myself together, to continue doing what I'm doing, and to be a good support system for them emotionally and consciously. To lead by example of what I would like to see them do, and just to be the best mom that I can be for them.
Okay. Daniel, what are the names of your pets?
I have 6 pets.
Six pets.
I have 6, yes. I have 2 dogs. They're both girls. I have Zoe and Zephyr. And then I have 4 cats, and all the cats are
Okay.
boys. We have Baby, who is also called Elias, Cole, Tig,
Cole,
and Gray.
Cole, Carrie, Angry. This
Yeah,
is a cat. Yeah,
Cole.
dog.
Yeah, Cole,
Cole,
Tig,
Cole,
Gray, and Baby.
Cole, Gray, and Billy.
Yeah, and Baby. I'm
Okay.
surprised.
This is a.
I'm surprised none of them are in here with me. My door is open. Kitty, 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 kitty. There's usually one right here on my chair behind my head, but he's not here today. He's probably taking a nap somewhere. How about you? Do
Okay.
you have pets?
No,
No, no pets. Oh,
no.
sometimes they're a lot of work, but they're fun. I love our animals very much. They're a big support to us as emotionally connected little beings.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Mhm.
I have hens, chickens, like,
Oh, wonderful.
oh, I have, but so no, this time no.
Yeah, I always wanted to have chickens. Yeah, I always wanted to
Then,
have chickens, but I never
then
have.
what do you enjoy most about traveling?
Oh, I love traveling. I don't get to travel as much as I would like to. Um, I think probably the most thing I enjoy is seeing other people's culture. Um, the differences in the things like their food and their environment, um, you know, behavior towards each other. There's so many different things you can learn whenever you travel to different places, especially other countries.
Okay. Daniel, what are your favorite dishes to cook?
That's a hard one because I love to cook. I don't always have time to cook. My favorite dishes to cook would have to be I love making salads, big salads with everything on it. And then
Okay, Daniel, how did you get into boarding?
oh, I love to paddleboard. Mostly because I love to be outside in the water, and I don't always like to like be submersed in the water. But paddleboarding, you're able to kind of be in the water and on the water, and it's just a very freeing, calming activity that you can connect with nature on. If you want to stop and take a rest, you can lay down on your board and just look up at the sky, and it's a wonderful activity. I feel like it challenged me also. It challenged me, so that's part of why I wanted to do it too.
Okay, Daniel, what does creating her latency? legacy of what change mean to you?
That's a hard one. It's hard, but it's simple. My legacy of creating world change. I want every single human on this planet to know that they're supported and that they're capable and that they don't have to live in the situations that they're living in, and that they can take control of their own destiny and be successful.
Okay, very good. Daniel, how do you help individuals realize their potential and act on it constantly?
Oh, encouragement. Having an individual recognize and realize a version of themselves that they can embody on and then act on it. Whenever you do this quantumly, you're taking your consciousness,
Yeah,
you're nestling it and you're anchoring it into a version of yourself that you dream of. And by doing this, you're literally taking a part of you and implanting it into that version of yourself. And then it enables you to create a pathway, an open pathway to where you want to go.
Daniel, can you tell me what the how much important confidence about self?
Self confidence is very important to be able to make movement in life. Everybody struggles with self confidence. There's always, someone that instead of being inspired by other people, a lot of times people are intimidated. And instead of being inspired, that makes it difficult. People take it in an insulting manner when they see someone else that is better than they are at something. And so instead of it inspiring them, they allow it to encumber themselves. Changing that
Yeah.
mindset,
Yeah.
yeah, being able to change the mindset is a very important thing.
Daniel, how can I achieve self confidence?
Practice. Practicing self confidence and stepping out of
Yeah.
your comfort zone is the biggest thing. Being able to put yourself successfully in a position to do something that you're uncomfortable doing and then carrying it out successfully. When I first took the position as a director on the United Humanitarians Organization, I thought about it for probably about 24 hours before I accepted it, because I knew, number one, I was going to be a global speaker. I was going to have a lot of people watching me. I was going to have a lot of people listening and paying attention to what I'm doing and saying. And when you have that kind of responsibility, it can be
Yeah.
very intimidating. So you have to step out of your comfort zone.
Saida Ali Kamis, great. Thank you, Saida Ali. Daniel, can you tell me what is the body language?
I'm sorry, what is what?
Body language.
Body language?
Yeah.
I use body language a lot whenever I'm talking. I talk with my hands a lot, because people who work with energy a lot are very energetic. And when you talk with your hands, it puts out a confidence of that what you're relaying to other people is important and that it needs to be heard. But whenever you use body language, it's important in all different kinds of aspects, because your confidence comes from your body language. Somebody that sits like this, all slumped over, they're, and in themselves, it does not present themselves as being confident. Whenever you're straight with your back and your neck straight and your head up, you're presenting yourself with confidence. And not only does it make you feel more confident in yourself, but it presents yourself to other people as being more confident. And making people comfortable with you, you know it's It's body language is such an interactive act between people.
Okay, Daniel. Daniel, can you tell me how is United States peoples?
I'm sorry, how is my what?
United States peoples.
How are people in the
How is?
United States? Oh, there's such a wide variety of people in the United States. You know, we encumber and encompass such a, a massive difference of opinions and behaviors, habits. Being in the United
Oh,
States and the people of the United
yeah.
States, it can be good and bad. you know,
Some people is bad and some people is good.
yeah, it's like that everywhere. I feel like there there's a lot of selfish people in the United States, though. We're very like they're very like focused on only taking care of themselves instead of like being community. So that's something I wish that was better is, more community.
Daniel, how can I survive in United States?
To survive in the United States,
Yeah.
you have to work hard. Yeah.
How much average in money need
Average
every
income.
individual people?
Oh, wow. The average income here is, a lot of people complain that income here is not as high as they would like it to be. But if they knew what the income was in other places like India and Pakistan, where the income really truly is low, like, and I know firsthand, the differences in income. But the average income here is probably about 2,500 to 5,000 per household. You know,
5 months.
20, yeah, 22,500 to 5,000, anywhere in between that range is average for most
This
families.
is average expense.
Yeah, and it's our household expenses here generally meet right with our average income. Like we're always just very close, figuring out how to fill that gap between can be challenging for most families here.
Okay.
Mhm.
Daniel, can you tell me how Pakistani people get job in United States?
I don't know. I have been friends with many people who wanted to immigrate here, but it's very difficult on their end. It's very difficult to come to the United States from Pakistan. You have to have a fair amount of money already in the bank to support your visa and to support your travel. And I think in order to come here from Pakistan or India, you have to have like $10,000 in your bank funds. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah,
Very good.
yeah. You have to have a oh, there's a word for it. You have to have a sponsor. Yeah, you have to have a sponsor most of the time in order
Strong.
to move here.
Okay. This is easy how get job online in United States.
That I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience in online work. Yeah, I
Okay,
know a
online.
couple.
Yeah.
Uh, I know a few people who are facilitators of education online, and I know that they are in the process of developing more online jobs, but that's just one company. So, but that's not something that I'm familiar with.
It's okay. Daniel, what is your favorite countries?
I'm sorry, my favorite what?
Country?
My favorite country. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Firsthand experience. I only have firsthand experience with multiple countries. I've lived in Israel. I've traveled to Peru. I've been to the Bahamas. I've been to Canada. Um, I don't have a favorite. I really don't. I don't think I've gotten to see enough to pick a favorite, but I feel like India is a place that I have always been. I'm very drawn to culturally and by the location, and I feel like that's because of past life history, and I have many friends and acquaintances there. So I think if I were to have to choose based on just my learned knowledge, it would have to be India.
Daniel, how is your weather in your city?
Today it's hot. The last week it's
Oh,
been nice. It's been cooler, but today it's hot and all through the weekend it's going to be in the 90s, 90 degrees Fahrenheit and higher.
how much centigrade in there?
Um I think it's like 37.
37.
I
So
think
hard.
I
This
would
year.
have to look. I think 37 degrees Celsius. I forget the exchange, but it's supposed to be over 90 degrees Fahrenheit this weekend.
Okay, Pakistan weather is 42 centigrade.
Yeah. We're not too far from you guys. We're both going to be going through a heat wave at the same time. I know it's
Yeah,
pretty
but
miserable there right now.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Daniel, what is your favorite color?
Oh, I love all the colors. I paint with
Yeah.
many colors, but I think my favorite is here. I'll show you. My favorite color is this teal green. Is like this
So
color right here.
so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. That's one of my
This
pieces.
is very beautiful arts. I like this. Very beautiful and amazing color art.
Thank you. But yeah, teal, dark teal is my favorite color. But I love hot pink also. I'm a girly girl at heart. I love pink, but only the really bright, vibrant pink. How about
Okay.
you? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is black, red, skin, blue.
Nice.
Yeah. What is your favorite city in your country?
My favorite city in my country. Oh, that's hard. We have a lot of great cities here. Um, I love Florida, my
Florida.
favorite state, and I love Orlando in Florida. Yeah, Orlando is like one of the biggest tourism capitals in the United States. That's where Walt Disney World is and Universal Studios, and right around Orlando, there's so many things that you can do and see. And they have freshwater springs, and I love to go paddleboarding in the freshwater springs.
Okay. How is Michigan State?
Michigan,
Yeah.
I actually love Michigan. I'm going there in July. Yeah. I've
Same. I
traveled.
also love.
Yeah, I have been to Michigan probably in the last couple of years. I've been to Michigan 5 times. I've
I
done, yeah, I've been there 5 times. Yeah, and I've done what's called the Hippie Living Fair. It's a festival, and so I've done the festival there. But
This is a
Michigan,
beautiful state.
it's beautiful. Yes, it's surrounded by water, and it's probably the next best thing to Florida to me because they have a lot of beaches.
Very nice. What is your hobbies?
um, my hobbies intertwine with a lot of my work, painting and writing. Even though they're part of my professions, painting and writing are still hobbies, and I do them just for enjoyment. Um, Cooking and just really having fun and hanging out. Paddleboarding is my hobby. I don't do a lot of like crafting or things like that. And my humanitarian work is a hobby.
Daniel, can you tell me three wishes?
Hmm, that's hard. I haven't thought about that. My three wishes though is that my personal legacy impact this world so greatly that it never falls into a state of lack of or depression or darkness again. Um, that everyone is taken care of and has their basic needs met, and then some. And that hmm, the third one would probably be that I grow old enough to get to see the outcome of my first two wishes.
Very nice. Daniel, give me last advice for my audience.
Mm. My biggest piece of advice to anyone out there is that if you are going through a struggle, just keep going. You're needed, you're loved, and you have a bigger purpose in this world than you think you do. And you can do anything that you want to do, anything that you put your mind to, you can do it. And there is nothing that you cannot achieve. May seem like it. We put limitations on ourselves, other people put limitations on us, but you can do anything that you want to do. And be
Very nice. Daniel, very nice. You are so beautiful, lady, and it been great talking to you. And I learned a lot. Once again, thank you so much. You give me a precious timing. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Love is.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be with you today.
Oh, sir.